Good evening, one and all. Today, being the impromptu Sergeant at Arms, the President, the VP Education, who I am actually, and many roles which I will do, but with only one objective, what I feel we should be energetic, we should be empowering ourselves, and with that, we will empower other members also. So I, as a Sergeant at Arms, welcome one and all for our meeting number 314. This is not a number, it's a generation for almost a good 11 years. And we are in the 12th and 13th year and so on, so forth. We've always been a president distinguished for last couple of years, and we have always made an effort that with us, others also progress. There are only one ground rule, and the one ground rule it is that we don't talk about sex, politics, and religion, or we refrain talking to that until and unless because there is a boundaries with everything, and we don't want to hurt anyone's sentiments. As you all are at your comfort zone, at your home, please make sure you know your exits. Last but not least, this meeting is on YouTube and it's going live. As a Sergeant at Arms duty, my duty is to read out or say it loud, actually, the club mission, and the club mission is, and I request each and everyone to please repeat after me. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience.
A positive and supportive learning experience.
In which members are empowered.
In which members are empowered
To develop communication and leadership skills. Resulting in greater self-confidence.
Resulting in greater
self-confidence.
And personal growth.
And personal growth.
Thank you once again. I feel that every Toastmaster meeting, when we attend, we leave with something to learn by ourselves, be it with others' experience, be it with many of the role players who have handled. But as a president or acting presiding officer, I just want to lay out few things. There are possibility of having another meeting goes without a number of attendance, good number of attendance. But if you all gel together, mix up with the roles early, we might be able to help out our next meeting, 9th of August, as a hybrid meeting, as a effective way, those meetings which we always love. Yesterday, I was at the club officers training. Everyone was saying that it happened physically after 5 years. So we understand that it stopped because of COVID, and then that laziness of staying into that home screen was ran all the way till another 5 years, until this district leaders put an effort, make everyone to think on their feet, They make new leaders. They assign the division E and F leaders to take the leadership roles and do the arrangements. I believe there will be some financial support also from the district, but it was an effort made with almost 47 clubs in Kuwait gathered, or leaders of the 47 club gathered for a good purpose, and that was for to speak in a growth of leadership. And that is all what we learn in Toastmasters. Last meeting, I believe, Anish, you would like to draw some attention about the winners and everything, or?
No, dear. Carry on, please.
Okay. So our last meeting, it was same online meeting it was, and we had a guest, actually number of guests who took the role players also. And this time also I tried gathering them, but somehow I was too late to approach them, or maybe they were very aggressive to say no. We had 3 sessions itself. Our table topic speaker, the best table topic was won by a guest Toastmaster or would-be Toastmaster Vinod Pandey. He was invited by our Toastmaster Abhilash. The best evaluator, the speech evaluator, was distinguished Toastmaster Minal. And the best speaker was Toastmaster Abhilash Rajan. So this was a meeting which I felt should not miss. And I was very energetic that after 2 weeks, I will make sure that that does not repeat. But somehow I had to go back to online. Here, I would request each and everyone, please support the club when it's required the most, when we require the members to come forward and take up the roles. I have new members also. Jay, I'm available. I've told you also. Just give a message and we will communicate with the orientation or the learnings what you want to learn for. Now, let's move. Let's kick off to the meeting and invite our, I will say now, it is the person who is always supporting. We always use it as a spine, as a background, as a backbone, or a very initial part of the, like a board member. So Toastmaster Shazia has always come forward, no matter what. I believe, to me personally, she was saying, she always said that, she always miss out some words when she is about to speak and all, but never noticed that. I haven't witnessed, until now, I haven't witnessed that. So a very eloquent, very prominent, and I believe simultaneous, a leader itself. Today also, she has come forward to take up the role. She herself suggested the word of the day. I believe such members are always welcomed to the club, but such members also add responsibilities. With this format, with this platform, I request distinguished Toastmaster Anil, Toastmaster Anish, DTM Minal, and Toastmaster Shazia, if you can urge other members also just to join for their project meetings only. I understand they cannot take the 2 hours, 3 hours. Just come up, do their project, learn something, make us learn, and we can always progress with the same collaborated effort. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. With huge round of applause, please welcome Toastmaster Shazia Nazir.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif, for your warm and very heartfelt messages, heartfelt welcome. I really appreciate that a lot. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And today, since we don't have guests, so we will keep it in the. We'll continue evaluating. Maybe we might have some. As Toastmaster Latif has already welcomed me, I am Shazia Nazir, your Toastmaster of the Day. And tonight we are gathered here under a theme that's tattooed to my heart. Release to rise. We are not what we hear. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of. We are not what we hoard, but what we are brave enough to release. It's a joy and privilege to welcome you all for the meeting number 314 of Bhavan's Toastmaster Club. Every meeting is a step into our personal journey, a personal growth. We come together not just to practice communications, but to evolve, to confront fears, to celebrate courage, and to connect. Tonight, we gather under the theme, Release to Rise. This theme is close to my heart and is quite close to my heart. In a world that glorifies accumulation, more goals, more achievements, more control, we rarely stop to reflect on what we need to let go. But often the most powerful growth happens when we release what no longer serves us. Outdated beliefs, insecurities, perfectionisms, or even the fear of being judged. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It is the first step in liberating ourselves so that we can rise. Which brings me to our word of the day, liberate. It's a verb that means to set someone or something free from restrictions, limitations, or control. A year ago, I liberated myself from a 20-hour-a-day corporate grind that left me burnt out and brittle. I resigned, exhaled, and found space to be part of a new business, a launching of the Gluten-Free Collective, a bakery startup, and rediscover my voice on this very stage. That simple act of letting go became a runaway, one that I'm still rising from. So throughout our meeting, you will hear me weave two words together, release and liberate. Because every segment tonight will invite us to set something down so we can soar a little higher. As we listen and speak today, I encourage you all to use this word to not only expand your vocabulary, but to also connect with the deeper spirit of the evening, of the spirit of the evening, freedom through release. Before we move on into the speeches, I'd like to recognize and introduce the role players, the silent engine behind every successful meeting. So first, for the grammarian role, we have to be filled in. So who would like to fill in? So let's just explain the role. You want Anil Kumar? Okay. So let me just explain the role. Mr. Anil Kumar, he will be taking over the grammarian role as well today. The grammarian plays a key role in sharpening our language, from tracking creative language using to flagging filler words. They help us grow as articulate, conscious speakers. I am looking forward. Okay. Moving on, to help us focus on our growth through feedback is our DTM Anil Kumar G. Revankar as the general evaluator. He ensures that we learn from observations and reflection. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumar, known for his calm, authority, deep depth of experience, and sharp attention to detail. So the DTM Anil Kumar has mentored countless members throughout their Toastmaster journey. His evaluations are known not only for their accuracy, but for the warmth and the sincerity by which he delivers them. Please join me in giving me a warm round of applause to DTM Anil Kumar Revankar. Your mic is muted.
Okay, you wanted me to take over? Done. A warm good evening to our mesmerizing and amazing Toastmasters of Bhavan Toastmaster Club. Here I am standing in front of you as a general evaluator. Not only that, I also will be performing multitasking, just like our Toastmaster of the day and our presiding officer. So as a general evaluator, I shall be evaluating the speech right from the beginning till the end. Apart from that, I will be leading a team of evaluators who will be supporting me in my role as a general evaluator. And when I'm called upon, I shall deliver my report on that. Wishing you all the best. Then over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DTM Anil Kumar. Time, once noticed, liberates us to focus on what truly matters. In every journey to release to rise, someone must keep us mindful of the clock, ensuring our ideas soar within the boundaries that makes them powerful. That guardian tonight, the timer is our Toastmaster Latif. Also, our counter for today is Toastmaster Latif Mansoor. He's known for his observational prowess and his sense of humor. He doesn't just count the R's and ums, he helps us become aware of how to speak smoothly and confidently. His calm presence always brings steadiness to our meetings. Let's give a round of applause to all our role members tonight. Each of them is here to support our growth and enhance the quality of our experiences. Toastmaster Latif, would you like to say some words?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I, as a timer, please, I request each and every speaker to please pin, not me, my screen, so that you will be notified when the color will keep changing, when I will describe or I will change the background as per the speech length. So our prepared speech, we have two speakers who have the speech from as an icebreaker from 4 to 6 minutes. So at 4 minutes, I will change, or my background will change it to green. At 5, it will be yellow, and at 6, it will be red. Similarly, for the prepared speech, the what Toastmaster Saja has the project, that is from 5 to 7, and it will be 5 green, 6 yellow, and 7 red. So just to notify, for minimum qualification, you are qualified if a speaker speaks for icebreaker 3 minutes 30 seconds and 6 minutes 30 seconds. If you go beyond 6 minutes 30 seconds, you won't be qualified for the voting. I won't be changing or giving you further alarming. If you see the red, make sure that you complete the speech as soon as possible, because that 30 seconds frame won't be shown if it goes to 31. Second is the table topic, and similarly, it is from 1 to 2 minutes. At 1, it will be green. At 1.30 seconds, it will be yellow, and at red, it will be at 2. 30 seconds will be the grace period. There is no minimum qualifying time. It has to be 1 minute more to qualify for the voting. And similarly, at the evaluation session, I will come across and share. With regards to our counter, I will just say that our counter is a very, very minute kind of a person's role who takes care each and every time a speaker uses the the crunch words or the repeated words, or maximum times they say, you know what I'm trying to say. And that is it. There is nothing in a sentence. It's just, finishing up a sentence or thinking or buying out time. So I will note down those things, and I will I will share it in my report once at the evaluation session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. Now we move on to our next segment, where prepared speeches are delivered with purpose, passion, and preparation. These speeches are aligned with each speaker's pathway journeys, and tonight we have an exciting lineup. Our first speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Minal, a Toastmaster with a radiant presence and a heart of storytelling. She will be delivering her icebreaker speech from the Visionary Communication Pathways Level 1, Project 1. Her speech is titled, Not Just a Girl Next Door. A powerful reminder that behind every ordinary label lies an extraordinary storytelling waiting to be told. To evaluate her, we have the insightful DTM Anil Kumar Revankar, who will now share the objectives of the speech. Mr. DTM Anil.
Yeah, good evening once again. We have our ace speaker today on the stage who will be delivering the project as described by the Toastmaster of the day. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce herself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speaking. I wish you all the best and looking forward for some great speech today. Over to you.
Let's welcome DTM Minal to the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Shazia. Your energy itself has charged me 50% all. So now it's time to announce the high roller for the week. And as the heartbeats just increase, the name is announced. And that was someone who is speaking right now. My name was announced as the high roller of the week. And there, the audience was into splits. The audience thought, how can a girl next door be the high roller for the week? Yes, you guessed it right. Right from my childhood, the only thing that has followed me is this tag of a girl next door. Why? The reason being, as far as fashion is concerned, I should give myself negative marks because I'm not at all a fashionista. Secondly, if you talk about my height, I'm just 5 feet tall. Now my daughter is also going to surpass me as far as height is concerned. So there also I have to get negative marks. And regarding the outfit, you can term me as someone from the 50s or the 60s. I dress up like that. Not me, the people watching me say that. So when I was interviewed for this position, that of a hardcore sales girl, and the job was of door-to-door selling. And therein you had to sell the credit cards and the SIM cards, postpaid SIM cards, straight out of the college, because I was still awaiting something that matched my interest. But the thing is, you have to keep the meter running at home. So I didn't have that luxury to wait till I found something passionate. So I thought, okay, let's try our hand at something which is readily available. So when I was interviewed for this position, yeah, the typical questions were being asked that sell this pen to me and all that. I could do that well. And out of the two interviewers, one was confident and the other was very, very skeptical because I had not been to that interview in any of the business formals. To be very honest, I bought my first blazer of my life in the year 2019. That too because I was hammered by my boss to do that. So I was completely in the Indian outfit. So another boss was very, very skeptical. Are the people going to buy credit cards and SIM cards looking at her image? The other said that don't judge a book by its cover. And both of them had literally bet within themselves that, see, within a week, this girl is going to crumble and we are going to start getting complaints from the customers there that whom have you sent to us? He said, just wait and watch. And then our on-field job started. And after 3 weeks, we were announced the high rollers because the first 2 weeks were meant for training and then you have to go with the seniors and all that, observe them and everything. And there the name was announced. So everyone was shell-shocked. And after that, it was a compulsion to give a pitch. The sales pitch we already gave. Now we have to give the pitch that how did you manage the sales? I was asked to give that pitch. And when I was called on the stage, my pitch consisted only of 2 words. And that was be yourself. And the reason being, whatever you are, just present that. Don't try to portray what you're not. So 2 things were in my favor when I was on the field. One was I had a good command over the language. And other thing is the territory that I was given, I could easily gel myself with the culture over there. Now, for example, if I was given a territory and a day before I used to be informed that tomorrow you're going to this territory. For example, in the city which I stay, that is Pune, I was given a territory known as Pashan. And if doing a bit of homework, I got to know that this territory is dominated by all the working class and that too especially the IT professionals. And so then I had to speak their language. That why, how will credit cards help you? How will postpaid SIM cards help you? And generally, looking at the surname, we get to know what is the mother tongue of that person. Then start speaking to that person in that language. Then who is going to give you marks for your flawless English? I don't think so. Doing sales is important at that time. So that's how I did it. And that was my pitch. Be yourself. And then fast forward from sales, I ventured into something which I loved the most. That was something related to writing, content writing, being a content professional. I'm a market research professional since the last 18 years. And now I'm pursuing my post-graduation in technical writing and business management. That's a dual course, done with the first sem already. And if you talk about it, I'm really happy with the way my professional life is going, because every single day is a challenge. You never know what the client would come up with. If you give and write something, that is your perspective, but it should gel with the perspective of the client, right? So you never know, the change request can come at any point of time, and you have to be mentally prepared for it. And now I really enjoy that because every day is unpredictable. On the family front, I'm blessed with a daughter. I stay with my in-laws, and being the single child, have many things to battle because not every single child is a mollycoddle child. You have got a set of responsibilities as well. That was about me. And regarding Toastmasters, I'm a very happy Toastmaster since the last 10 plus years and still learning, and proud to be a member of the Bhavan's Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Minal's story has just liberated our perspective, showing that the girl next door can soar sky high. Bravo. Thank you so much, Minal, for that inspiring speech. Before we release to rise into the next speech, please capture one commendation and one recommendation so she can climb even higher. Please take a moment to give her your feedback. I will be giving your feedback after the meeting. Thank you, everyone. Our second speaker is me. So I will be presenting my level 2 project 1 speech from the Dynamics Leadership Pathway. The speech is titled, Maybe the Real Success is Letting Go. It's a personal reflection on how the most profound form of success may not be found in climbing higher, but in releasing the things that weigh us down. My evaluator for this project is Toastmaster Anish Krishnan, who will now briefly present the speech objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. My target speaker is Shazia, TM Shazia. The objective of your speech, first, there are two objectives. One is the purpose of this project is for the member to identify their primary leadership style or styles. The second objective, the purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of their primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. And topic, as Shazia already mentioned, maybe the real success is letting go. I repeat, maybe the real success is letting go. What do you, TM Shazia?
And now, with gratitude, I invite myself to the stage. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. And we don't have guests today, but Jay, you are a guest right now since you have not started your Toastmaster journey. So what if I told you that my leadership style, my ability to stay organized, to coach others, and to show up and make things work isn't just a strength? What if it's a survival strategy? You see, sometimes we grow up in environments where it felt like it was us against the world, where no one had your back, not consistently, anyways. Maybe like me, you were the independent child who never asked for help. Not because you didn't need it, but because you learned that no one would be there to give it to you. So you earn your worth. You get good grades, you get a job, you keep yourself in the constant state of busyness. You stay useful. You take care of others before yourself, not because it's noble, but because that's the survival looked like. That's how you built safety, structure, and a sense of belonging. And then one day you realize your obsessive productivity, your addiction to achievement, your constant doing, it's not just ambition, it's an emotional armor, a coping mechanism. But here's the catch. No matter how much you achieve, it never feels like enough. Because deep down, it's not the success you were chasing, it's safety. A safety that doesn't come from providing your worth. It comes from believing in your inherent value. Even when you're still, even when you're resting. When I took this Discover Your Leadership Style assessment on the Toastmaster platform, on this Toastmaster project, my highest scores were altruistic, coaching, and democratic. At first, I thought, yes, of course, I serve, I guide, I collaborate. But then I pause. What if these weren't just preferences? What if these styles were formed out of necessity, not choice? Let me break down, not just in theory, but in truth. Altruistic leaders lead to serve. That's me to the core. I listen. I accommodate. I go out of my way to make sure no one feels the way that I once did. Unsupported, unseen. I will pour from my own cup even when it's running dry. But I have come to realize service without boundaries becomes self-erasers. There is a fine line between leading with empathy and losing yourself in others. I am still learning. I am learning. It's okay to pause. It's okay to say no. To lead with love without sacrificing my well-being. And as for the coaching leadership, the coach in me sees people's potential before they see it in themselves. I want others to grow, to rise, to believe. I get excited about progress, however small. And I thrive when I'm helping someone unlock a door they thought that was closed. But not everyone wants to be coached. This is something I realized down the line. Some want space, some resist change. And that's where I have to evolve, not just by pushing the potential, but learning to let go of the outcome. To meet people where they are, not where I think they should be. Democratic leadership is all about collaboration. That's me in every meeting. Let's decide together. What do you think? I have always believed that many voices lead a better decision, and they actually do. But when time is tight, when clarity is needed, I have had to tap into styles that I scored lower, the authoritative, or even the pace setting. It's uncomfortable, but necessary. Leadership isn't about comfort, it's about responsibilities and making sure that you are accountable for your responsibilities. Here's what I have realized. I have spent much of my time trying. trying to earn my place, trying to make myself heard, trying to be seen through achievements, through usefulness, through being everything to everyone. But here's the truth. No matter how much I do, it will never feel like enough. If I'm doing to feel worthy, if I'm doing something to feel worthy, if I'm doing something to be seen, it will never be enough. Because deep down, it's not success that I have been chasing, it's safety. And safety doesn't come from being the best or the busiest or the most helpful. It comes from being honest with myself, from allowing rest, for saying I am enough when I'm not achieving. Guys, healing begins when you start to separate the two, achievement and worth. When you realize that rest doesn't mean failure, slowing down doesn't mean you lose everything. Maybe the real success is letting go of the need to constantly earn your place in this world. Toastmasters didn't just teach me to lead. It gave me a space to reflect why I lead the way I do. And for that, I'm grateful. If you remember one thing from this speech, let it be this. Leadership isn't about proving your worth. It's about sharing your truth. And maybe, just maybe, the real success isn't how much we can carry, but in learning that we don't have to carry it all alone. Thank you. And now we have heard how success sometimes means letting go. Maybe your feedback can now liberate me and refine my message further. Take a moment, please, to give me your feedback and help me in this journey to release and rise to continue. Moving forward, our final speaker is Toastmaster Imran Nazir. He will be delivering his icebreaker from the presentation mastery pathway. Imran is a thoughtful, introspective speaker, someone whose calm demeanor conceals a wealth of insight. His speech is titled, "There's Always a Way," a message of resilience and hope, and I believe will strike the chords with many of us. Evaluating Toastmaster Imran will be Toastmaster Latif Mansoor, who will now share the objectives
Toastmaster, can I do it?
Yes, welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Good evening once again. We have our very new member who has joined Bhavan's Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Imran Nazir, and he is going to embark on his very first project today, the icebreaker speech. The purpose of his project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speaking. I wish him all the best for his very first project and also for his future projects. Thank you, and over to the Toastmaster today.
Let's welcome Imran, Toastmaster Imran, to the stage with a round of applause.
Thank you Toastmaster Anil, and thank you, Toastmaster Shazia. Yes, this is my first speech, which is called the Icebreaker. It's titled "There is always a way," or in a way, like you will find a way. So, hello Toastmasters, I'm Imran Nazir here for an icebreaker speech. This goes by the famous quote from Confucius: "It does not matter how slow you go, as long as you do not stop." This quote was stuck with me during the darkest days of my life. Well, now that I look back, I wouldn't call it the darkest days, but would rephrase it: the good old days where I stayed more focused, worked with pain, and on how to control my mind and body while enduring the pain. This all started after coming back from ACL tear surgery on my left knee. This was like a phase of what I would say where everyone is very helpful or have good things to say. Like, don't worry, you'll be back soon, things will get better, etc., etc. Because this is a normal thing that after an injury, you usually work hard on your fitness level to get back. At the same time, you're working. You work overtime with yourself to get better. Then results definitely becomes better than before, as your physical level is much fitter than before. So going back to the game day, warmed up, ready for the game. The game starts. I was on the bench, 10 minutes out, and then the coach comes, subs me in for a player. I'm in the game. 1 minute, the ball is now profession. I was called for a screen. I screened and rolled down. My teammate tried to drive in. The defense collapse, and I get a pocket pass to score a very easy layup. Something like you can call it money in my pocket. Easy money for me. But I ended up turning my right knee at a weirdest angle, hearing a crack noise. I was on the floor, and I was in so much pain. That coming back to the bench, this was the time I hear a lot of bad vibes coming from everywhere. It's not worth it. There is no future you as an athlete. Come, you can become a coach, etc., etc. There was nothing on my mind. The only thing that I have to get back on the floor. I have to come back. I had already started my therapy by myself since I knew a little bit of therapy since my previous surgery. After getting the surgery done, I had 2 weeks therapy, and I had to meet my therapist, the prescribed therapist. He was surprised to see me walking without crutches. Finished my therapy, looking forward to move, and then I come across certain, you can say, YouTube videos where a guy was working out, killing himself just to get a good time on the clock. I was like, wow, that looks like a nice sport. Fast moving forward, I'm here in front of you, broken but fixed. No ACLs in both knees, but walking, running, even competing at elite as an elite athlete, and getting on the podium every now and then. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone.
Imran, you have some more minutes. You can continue talking, or you're done?
Actually, I'm done with my speech.
Yeah, just emphasize joining in Toastmasters if you wish. It's fine. You
Okay,
did well.
okay. Yeah, actually, moreover, I'm here in Toastmasters because one of my favorite, I mean, my sister, we met at her place, sitting, having my tea, talking about. We usually get up and get together, and we talk a lot of things about a lot of things, what's going on in her life, how the kids, and what's going on in my life. And she comes across, she says, Imran, why don't you try to be something different? Like, there are, she finds there are certain things that I'm very confident about, and she wants me to, talk about it, not in front of me, not in front of you, in front of others, and inspire others also, like how of a good way you can live your life, just, uh, making them understand the value of your body, of how to utilize your body in a very good way. So one thing led to another. So here I am, as beginning my journey in this Toastmasters. So far, I'm loving it. I'm understanding a lot of things, and yeah, picking up a lot of things as well. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Imran, Toastmaster Imran. Imran, you proved that there is always a way, especially when supportive insights from our members who will take a moment to respond to you, give you their feedback. Please take this feedback as constructive way to move forward, how to improve. This is how we all learn. And feedback is something that would make new paths for you so that you can be more productive. So
Yes, for
before
sure,
we
for
move
sure.
on, please spend your thoughts on this path, release to rise, and light it with actionable feedback. Thank you for everyone. Toastmaster Latif, would we be doing the voting now, or we will be doing it at the end? Now, okay. So these inspiring speeches that have truly liberated our minds today and prove that when we release to rise, stories take flight. Please take a moment now to cast your vote for the best prepared speaker so we can honor the speaker who scored the highest tonight.
Toastmaster of the day, with your permission, I just want to just give the timing, how much time each speaker has taken. So distinguished Toastmaster Minal has spoken for 5 minutes 37 seconds. Toastmaster Shazia has spoken for 6 minutes 44 seconds. And Toastmaster Imran has spoken for 5 minutes 24 seconds. So all are qualified, and I'll share the poll by the. Actually, I believe we all are winners because it needs a lot of courage to come over and speak on stage. So here you go. But we will choose a winner. So here ends up the poll, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. Now that our speakers have set the tone, it's time for some spontaneous magic. The table topic sound is where we think on our feet, trust our instincts, and speak from the heart. And leading the exciting table topics segment today is Toastmaster Anish Krishan. Toastmaster Anish brings wit, agility, and a spark of unpredictable to the impromptu speaking round. He's someone who can ask questions that surprises you or challenges you and bring you out your most creative inside, even when you least expect it. Over to you, Toastmaster Anish.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, once again. Our theme today is Release to Rise. What a fabulous theme. One that resonates deeply with every individual, I believe. Do you all agree with me?
Completely.
Thank you. So each of us at some point has held on to something, be it fear, doubt, regret, even comfort that kept us from growing. Yet it is in liberating those very things that we create space to rise. For me, joining Toastmaster was a turning point. It liberated me from my fear of speaking, a fear that once held back both professionally and personally. This platform gave me the confidence to express myself, connect with some of the beautiful individuals, and rise beyond my own limitations. So today, through my table topic session, I would like to hear your stories of release, liberation, and rise. So with that, I would like to begin my table topic session. I would like to look for the volunteers who would like to volunteer.
I would suggest, yes, you will get the volunteer, but before that, I would suggest everyone should speak. We have time. We have time. Good 5, 6 speakers we can manage. So everyone, thank you. Thank you, Anish.
Thank you, TM Latif. Okay. DTM Anil Revankar, I got 6 questions. I'm not going to bring any uncertainty here. I will choose from my side and I will throw the question to you. So my question for you, DTM Anil Kumar, freedom is not the absence of commitments. Freedom is not the absence of commitments, but the ability to choose and commit myself to what is best for me. Quotation from Paulo Coelho. How do you define personal liberation in a world full of responsibility?
First of all, I have to raise an objection. The table topic should not be so lengthy. It has to be very brief in one sentence.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll change the question.
Yes, rephrase it. Yeah, in one sentence. Take the key sentence.
Okay.
Keep the same. Keep the same. Keep the same.
Keep the same. Take a key phrase from that.
Personal liberation in a
Okay.
In a world full of responsibilities.
Thank you. A warm good evening to one and all. Thank you, Toastmaster Anish, for that wonderful topic, the liberation and the responsibilities. I strongly believe these two things gel well if you have got a right mindset. Just having responsibility is not enough if you are not committed to that. Where it is going to land you? A responsibility for formality? No, it's not going to lead you anywhere. But the same responsibility when you do with a commitment that yes, I am going to achieve this with a purpose, with an objective. Especially if that objective is a smart objective, you definitely are seen. You are recognized. You yourself will feel, yes, I have done my part of the responsibility because it was my commitment to deliver ABC and I have done with the responsibility. I strongly urge each and every member who is present here to adopt this concept. If you have a responsibility, you also should have a commitment for that. In absence of a commitment, that responsibility does not hold any water. Thank you very much, and over to the topic master, Toastmaster Anish.
You're mute, Anish.
Thank you, DTM Anil Kumar, for your insightful thoughts, and thank you for correcting me. I had it for a offline meeting where we do the printout and give to our members. Okay, so I will start. I will call again. TM Anil, TM Imran. Are you ready?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so imagine you're speaking to your younger self. Imagine you're speaking to your younger self. What would you tell them to release in order to rise sooner in life? Imagine you're speaking to your younger self. What would you tell them to release in order to rise sooner in life?
Okay, that's a very good question. Yeah, interesting one as well. Like when I was younger, I did not have a certain path to follow. I was all over the place, trying out different stuff, uh, up in everybody's business, doing a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, being me. Right now, when I go back to my younger self, I would say, yes, I need to focus more on certain path that I would love to know right now where I am. I will let myself to focus more on that path where I am right now. So it'll be easier and, I would be in a I would have reached my goal sooner than I did learning along the way. Yeah.
Thank you, Team
Yeah.
Imran. I believe when we are all young, we were like a loose cannons running around without a goal. Yes, we all did that part. Thank you once again, Team Imran. I'll call
Thank you.
upon DTM Minal. DTM Minal. I think
Oh,
DTM Minal.
she had sent message in the group saying that please call her at the end.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So, TMOD Shazia Nazir.
Yes, Anishta. Dear.
Yes. So, your question again. In your opinion, what is the difference between quitting and releasing? In your opinion, what is the difference between quitting and releasing? Can both lead to liberation?
That's a very interesting question. Yes. Thank you for the question. In my opinion, quitting is something that has to do with a person giving up without even attempting. Someone who gives up a certain thing that he does not even try, he does not even attempt, he assumes that he is not worthy of it or he cannot complete it. Whereas releasing is some part of it is that the person has been consumed by it to such a degree that it resonates with him to a deeper level. It became like an addiction to that person. And in a way, they somehow form an emotional connection or something like that, which came to a point that started becoming negative. And releasing that, it could be a positive thing. Like, for example, a workaholic, they resonate with working hard. Working is never wrong. But if they do not know the distinction when to stop, when to end that, and to draw a line, that becomes harmful. While quitting is something that if someone gives you some task without even attempting, without even giving it justice, you let go. So in my opinion, quitting is never something that is, I wouldn't say something it is positive. I would say that it is in a negative way, that you didn't give a chance for yourself. You didn't give a chance to your mind, your body, your spirit to feel it, absorb it. You just let go. Whereas releasing is something else, that it had been so intimate part of you that it was like death for you to let it go, and you let it go for the betterment of your future. So these are two different aspects for me. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Shazia. Yeah, that was a different take actually. Quitting, while I was drafting this question, I was also doubtful, but quitting, yes, without even trying. And if you're leaving that task, yes, could be called like quitting. And releasing. And releasing also could be positive things also. Yes, that's a very good take. Thank you, TM Shazia. DTM Manal is back. Shall I call you for a table topic question?
Sure.
Okay, I have a very simple question for you. It says, have you ever helped someone else release something that was holding them back? I repeat, have you ever helped someone else release something that was holding them back?
Yeah, in fact, I would say that happened on the professional front as such. Means that was during my struggling period when I had just started off as a content writer. And at that time, I had a colleague of mine who was really battling something hard on the monetary front. And the company that I was working with, means therein there was a rule as you used to get some fixed sort of salary, means there was nothing like employee benefits and all. Just a plain check we used to get at the end of every month, because it itself was a startup, that company. And this guy, he was married with kids and his wife was a homemaker. And then he was in two minds around that, should I continue with this meager salary, or should I get back to my hometown and go for the farming sort of thing, which has been going on since last 3 generations in my family. And therein he used to say that, should I stick around or should I release it and then devote myself completely over there? And he had just asked me a friendly advice that what should I be doing there. Then I just gave him a rough calculation that by being there you'll be saving this much, and here your overheads are also increasing and you're hardly taking home anything out there, plus you have a family to support. So just take a plunge, release it here, and get back to your hometown. Okay, take a month to think over. I'm not saying you do it overnight. And that's how slowly and gradually that person actually came out of that shackle. And now he is really doing well. After, I would say, around 17 years, we are still in touch. And he says that, okay, it was good that you helped me take the plunge there. So now at least I'm mentally at peace and things are happening. So I felt good that at least I could trigger that a bit. That was it.
Thank you, Minal, for sharing your personal story. TM Latif. Okay. So the last one. If we could liberate one part of society from a current challenge, what it be and why? If you could liberate one part of the society from a current challenge, what it be and why? Over to you, TM.
Toastmaster of the day, distinguished audience. If there was one community who I would have liberate, who it will be and why. So that one community I will give all the liberate to is Toastmasters International. I would love each and every individual, be the Cavaliers, be the youth, be the young strugglers, or be the successful people, to come up, use this platform as a punching bag, show all the frustration, speak all the frustration. And there are so many years to listen. There are so many people around them to listen, support, and guide. So if there was a community which I would have given all the freedom, not even that one 6 months, $60, it would be Toastmasters International, so that each and everyone would have benefited. Now, the reason being that is that even in my house, I have a family of two only, my wife and my son. They are not even willing to join Toastmasters. My young colleagues also, if I request them to join Toastmasters, they feel that if I'm not getting a money, why should I spend 2 hours? But they don't know the benefit of it. If had they know the benefit of it, they would have loved enjoying and releasing their pressure to learn more ethics, more learnings. So yes, each one of you, if you get an opportunity to give a community a rise, try to build in that Toastmasters values to that community, so that you will see the self-evaluation, self-rise, and that community will go up with the city, with the nation, and then wider each and everyone over the world. So only one thing, speak the growth of yourself and your community. Liberate the community of speaking and know the value. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, TM Latif. You never leave an opportunity to promote Toastmasters. Hats off to you. And thank you for all your active participation. And that's all with me. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank Thank you, Toastmaster Anish, for that exhilarating session. Our impromptu round showed how spontaneity can liberate brilliance in just 1 minute. Before we move on, I'd like to get the timers report to see which table topic speaker are qualified and then kindly vote for the best table topic speaker. The participants whose quick thinking helped us all release to rise.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Before I go with the timings, I saw our young member Jay on the screen, and that moment where I said that everyone will participate, I saw him vanished. So, so I don't know what happened, but my intention was to just promote each and everyone to come up and speak and take out this advantage of the platform. With regards to the timing, distinguished Toastmaster Anil has spoken for 1 minute 13 seconds. Toastmaster Imran has barely made it to 1 minute. Toastmaster Shazia, 1 minute 41 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster Minal has spoken for 1 minute 54 seconds. And I myself have spoken for 2 minutes 16 seconds. So we all are qualified, and I'll be floating the vote in just few minutes. I have to just edit the previous log. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Meantime, if you can introduce you can proceed with the proceedings. Thank you. Over to you.
So now I would like to transition to the evaluation and concluding session, where we can reflect and improve. I would like to invite back our General Evaluator, DTM Anil Kumar Revankar, to lead us through the evaluation reports, feedback from himself as the grammarian, and also our counter and overall comments of the meeting flow. Let's give him our full attention and appreciation.
Thank you for that wonderful words, Toastmaster today, Toastmaster Sajia. Once again, a warm good evening. Toastmasters Club. When we hear this word club, we get a different feeling. But I have found a different, altogether definition for that. Would you like to know what is that? Yes, it is a group study. It's a group study where the team members meet and enhance their communication and leadership skills through practice and by a process called learning, unlearning, and relearning. Unless we do this, we don't move forward anywhere. We'll be stagnant. So this is a very, very simple process. Why I came up with this, because when I was speaking to one gentleman about the club, when I said Toastmaster Club, the first thought he had got, do you stock all the varieties? I said, what varieties? There is no varieties there, except different varieties of speech. Oh, it is speech. Then I had to explain the whole story. What is Toastmaster? So from there, I got that idea. Instead of saying a club, immediately after club, you mentioned this very simple. It's a group study where we get together to enhance our own communication leadership skills through this simple process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Good evening once again, and here we are at the General Evaluator session, wherein we are going to learn something, what we have done today. My dear friends, evaluations are always the personal opinion of that speaker. We call it evaluator. So you need to take whatever you feel is great or is the right for you. Others, you can just leave it. Never ever take everything in a negative way. That's a special request from the general evaluator. Okay, it is also a right thing if any speaker feels that, okay, I can have two speech evaluators. Yes, you can do that. But the second one will give you a personal evaluation independently, not on the same platform. So today we had three amazing speakers who not only entertained us, educated us, and also made sure that they persuaded us to take some action. So let me do the evaluation for the first speaker, DTM Minal. Now, when I read the speech objective for this lady, the first thing in my mind, oh, we are going to have something very explosive today, because she is liberating herself from the boundaries of the pathways and moving forward for a new pathway. That's why she is delivering icebreaker. And I have to say, true, she stood up to the words of that icebreaking. Thank you, Toastmaster, DTM Toastmaster Minal, for that wonderful story sharing through your speech. This is a very wonderful way. So let me highlight what I liked about her speech. The first and foremost, it was an icebreaker. And when we talk about icebreaker, we only think, okay, the speaker is going to speak about blah, blah, blah things about herself. But somebody doing it humorously, oh, this is unexpected. So the first brownie point for you is for that speech, which was really having that touch of humor throughout that 7 minutes. I mean, not 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, that was the first brownie point for you. The second brownie point of view, the way you have viewed your speech and the stories in that, you kept the audience glued to the screen to listen. What is your next story and how you are going to project it? It was so interesting. The vocabulary used also made me to listen to you further deep. What are the things? And I was trying to note it down, but yes, somewhere down the line, I said, no, let's stop that and focus again. So that was a number of vocabulary and a new vocabulary she used. The third part is she described the complete speech, which was a short speech and about personal thing, and she included all the aspect which as an evaluator I was expecting from her, but she was much more than that. She made it a point to cover all the key points in her life, including her family, the content writing, her experience with the first job, the interview, and so on. Wonderful done. The confidence you have shown definitely proved that you have a title of DTM. Very true. And that is the confidence we should have as a DTM. So as a icebreaker, I have to congratulate you for fulfilling the requirement of the speech objective, which was to introduce yourself to the club, which you have done fantabulously. I congratulate you for that once again. And to summarize, it was overall a very wonderful speech, full of new surprises for me. Great vocabulary, that confidence level, yes, definitely. And the key point I would like to say, be yourself. These two words were the key point, or I will say the highlight of the whole speech. And this is the take-home message from your speech. Thank you very much, and looking forward for some great speeches from you. Over to the general evaluator. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the first evaluation of the first speech that was delivered today. Let's move forward with the second speech that was delivered by Toastmaster Sajia Nazir. And to do the honors, I would like to call on the stage her speech evaluator, a great gentleman who is an expert in aviation stories. Toastmaster Anish Krishnan, the stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator DTM Anil Kumar. And I don't know from where I will find this energy after such an excellent evaluation. So over to my target speaker, TM Shazia Nazim. Like what a fabulous speaker she is, and what a dynamic speaker and Toastmaster. I want to learn a lot of things, and today's speech also helped me to learn a lot of things, especially with regards to leadership skills. So it was my pleasure to evaluate Toastmaster Shazia Nazim as she delivered her Level 2 Project 1 speech from the Dynamic Leadership Pathway. This project actually encourages speakers to explore and express their unique approach to leadership in a meaningful and structured way. Whether she met her objective, yes, she has met both her objectives. Her objective was to identify her primary leadership style and to share some aspect of of a primary leadership style also. Now, to begin my evaluation, I would like to start with what I liked about a speech. The first one is it was very clear and well-structured speech. Speech was well organized. It is smooth flow from introduction to conclusion. You explain your leadership styles, altruistic. Sorry, I still cannot pronounce that properly. That was the one new word I learned about. I would like to use that in my daily life also. Altruistic, coaching, and democratic in a very concise and thoughtful manner. The second point which I liked about your speech was effective use of language. Oh my God, it was like hearing an English poem. It's so soothing to ears to hear your speeches. I would like to say. So your command of English language was excellent. Your vocabulary use of phrases, grammars, sentence constructions were polished and professional, and the speech had a natural rhythm and a clarity that reflected confidence. The some of the usage I still remember, though grammarian will be using that, but I cannot stop me from using those things. One was earn your worth, inherent value. Leadership is not for proving your worth, but sharing the truth. So those were some points. And the third thing which I liked about was that you used a personal touch in introduction. You included in a very brief personal story about in the beginning about quitting a job due to the hard work. Okay, so those are the three things I liked about your speech. And since and Toastmaster we says that there is always a room for improvement. So there are three things which I would like to highlight. One was to you have mentioned a personal story, but I would like you to develop further this personal story further, because while the story you shared was a good starting point, it was touched upon briefly only. That's the word. So not explored in depth. I would like you to consider having more personal stories, or at least a story of someone whom you have mentored or who was working under your leadership skill would have been added much more spice to your speech. Then increasing of vocal variety. There was some point was areas where where we could have used your variation in your tone could have been much useful. And the third one was the stronger closing message. While the speech was concluded smoothly, consider adding a memorable closing thoughts to it. Some either you can I would have added a rhetorical questions or something where you connect it back to the audience. So these were the three points where I would like you to improve, which will add more punch to your speeches. So to summarize your speech was very informative, articulate, and well aligned with the goals of this project. You explained your leadership skills clearly with excellent language control and with greater emphasis on storytelling and more vocal variety. Your message will rise to an even higher level of impact. Yes, that's all from my side, and I'm looking forward to hear more speeches of you, and looking forward to do more evaluations also. Yeah, over to general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anish Krishnan, for that wonderful evaluation of the speech that was delivered by Toastmaster Sajia Nazir. Moving ahead, our third speaker, he had just delivered an icebreaker, and I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Latif, to do the honors. Over to you, Toastmaster Latif. Okay. Okay, I'll do it. Go ahead. Toastmaster, don't worry, it's there. I'll show the fingers, yeah.
Okay. You'll mark my time?
Yeah, I'll mark it. Go
Okay.
ahead. I'll show the fingers, 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Today, I got an opportunity to evaluate a young budding Toastmaster. A Toastmaster platform is not one platform where you can just only bring up and learn public speaking, but sometimes you evaluate your inner self and bring the values in others also. And it was an impactful speech, according to me, just because it says that there is always a way. A speech title which enhanced the value of not only keeping your needs, your wants just to yourself, but just try to go ahead with it. So what I really loved about Toastmaster Imran Nazir's speech was, and I will say that he excelled already from his first speech, the speak tone, the tone what he spoke with was amazing. It was smoothing, it was calm, it was mesmerizing, each and every letter used and spoke. Then second, it was very much engaging. Why? Because each and every one, aren't we just working to get ahead with it, ahead of all that the troubles what we have? And it was an engaging one. And the last, but which is the most important, was the personal story. So you shared each and every aspect of speech construction, which is required to have it: a personal story, an engaging, and a noise, a value, sorry, a line, a spoken tone of people's understanding. So thank you very much once again. Now, as you are an icebreaker speech, I will not give you more of like, you should have been done doing this and you should have been doing that. I will be just saying one thing, and that is to work on for the next project. It is to value the time. Because if you have a 4 to 6 minutes, use the whole 6 minutes. In fact, that 30 seconds of addition also use it. We will sit together. I will give you a personal evaluation on what the speech was. We'll value the time. We will monitor the time where we have to increase the level and where we can make the speech towards the end. So it will be like a film where it started, it built the maximum, and then it comes to the climax. Last but not least, I just want to challenge you one challenge for you for the next meeting. Keep taking your speaker slot, work on the writing, bring the new ideas, and for sure, you can ask each and everyone for a help. We will assist you. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif, for that astute evaluation of the speech that was delivered by Toastmaster Imran. Let me take this opportunity to raise a round of applause for two of our Toastmasters today for their icebreaker, DTM Minal as well as Toastmaster Imran Nazir. That is our customary in Bhavan's Toastmaster Club, that whenever we have any completion of any path or any level, or the most important is the icebreaker, because that is where you are beginning your journey afresh. Thank you for that. Now it's time for the grammarian report. Let me just change my mood and go to the grammarian role. Yeah, here. Good evening once again, and here is DTM Anil Kumar with you as a grammarian. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate each and every member present here today for using the word of the day. See, we always believe when a grammarian gives a word of the day, and we expect the role players and the speakers to use it. Now, if the word is very complicated, the speakers are sometimes very reluctant to use it for the reason either it's difficult to pronounce or they cannot get in the meaning of the word when they want to introduce it in their speech. And today the word of the day was so simplified that each and everyone use it multiple times. So I'm not going to read out the names who use it. I'm congratulating you once again, all the members who are present, including myself, for using it several times. So we have all liberated ourselves from that boundaries that grammarian normally tries to watch out. So we have not given me that opportunity to point out somebody that did not use the word of the day. So each and everyone have used it. Now coming to the second part of the grammarian, what he observes is the use of some great language. I take this very special opportunity to congratulate all the 6 members present on this meeting today for the simple reason today I had that feeling that we had an extraordinary use of vocabulary today. That is something which I did not feel in the previous meetings, maybe for any reasons. But today that feeling was that each and every speaker who was on the stage had used various words, various quotes that had added a beauty, I would say a flavor to your speeches. So I could highlight a few of them. I have to congratulate Toastmaster Sajia as well as Toastmaster Mindal for using so many great words today. I could not catch them. Maybe I will go back to the video, rewind it, and try to note it down. So that was the quality of the meeting speech today. A few of them which I could hold up. One is gel with others, wait and watch. Keep the meter running at home. Wow, something I heard for the first time. Skeptical. Don't judge the book by its cover. This is some great saying and we can use it in various phases whenever we have opportunity. Another new word I could catch up today was shell shock. Wow, something very different today. And a great saying that was used by Toastmaster Imran, it doesn't matter how slow you go unless you don't stop. It has had a very great meaning, something we can definitely use in some future speeches. Fast moving forward. A beautiful word, set of words. Rise beyond our own liberation and emotional connect. This is something we can use for a number of sentences. So overall, I really enjoyed today's role as a grammarian so that I did not have to point out anybody for the grammatical errors. You all have done a great job today. So congratulate each of you. Tap your back that you had a great job done today. Thank you very much. And over to the general evaluator. Okay, now is back. The general evaluator is here with you. Before I go in my report, which is also going to be a memorable and amazing report, let me take this opportunity to bring our timer on the stage to give me a timing report, whether we can go for the voting for the best evaluators. Over to you.
Okay. Distinguished Toastmaster Anil, during his speech evaluation, he spoke for 3 minutes 8 seconds. Toastmaster Anish spoke for 4 minutes 26 seconds. I have taken, please share my timing also, please. DTM Anil.
Yeah, 2 minutes 53 seconds.
Okay. And the grammarian report was 3 minutes 45 seconds.
Okay. But did you cut off the right time? Because I switched the role at the ending. Okay, done. It's okay. No problem. So it was great. All the three speech evaluators are qualified for voting. So let's vote. Can you raise the vote? Yeah. Yeah.
Only two, you and me.
Okay. No, how dear?
Anish spoke for 4 minutes 26 seconds.
Wow. Chalo, take it. So you are right. Let's go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just...
if you want to give voting right, I can give. I can add him.
Add it, yeah. No problem. Today is a special meeting. We are not going to disqualify anybody. The voting is always to get an opinion of the general public, but doesn't mean that that particular speaker who is voted as the best speaker or evaluator is really the best. It is a public opinion. But when we analyze against a ballot, the results are totally different. Okay, that's the difference between contest and club. Anyway, club is a place where we learn, unlearn, and relearn. But in contest, it is a little different. Okay, can we raise the PowerPoints?
Team Latif, there's a table topics. Voting is not done, yes?
Yes, so we will vote. Sorry, I will raise.
Yeah, okay, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so voting is end. Over to you.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. Now coming to the general evaluators report. Yeah, we have 5 minutes, right? So let me break that 5 minutes into 5 different parts. Once again, a warm good evening and thank you very much for bearing with me as your general evaluator, and in those multiple roles I have been coming often on the stage. So first of all, I take this opportunity once again to congratulate all the 6 members present here, because in Toastmasters, we believe in quality rather than the number. If you have a quality in the meeting, you will not feel the numbers, never. And it is my personal experience, when we had begun with this Toastmasters Club, we had a very big difficulty, and I still remember running the meeting even with 2 members. But I never cancelled the meeting. Although the other members used to say, okay, what we will do with 2 members, let's cancel it. But no, I said, we are not for the numbers, we are for the quality. Unless we take a wrong decision, everything is going to go in all different direction. So that is the reason why I have to say that we have to congratulate each and everyone to be present here. We understand it is a vacation time. But even in vacation time, if somebody really wishes to be part of it, wishes to improve himself, maybe not participate, but at least be present, listen, learn, unlearn. That is also enough. As our Toastmaster Latif West mentioned, even being present here is great opportunity for them. Wow. Coming to the role players. The Sergeant at Arms. I have to congratulate our Toastmaster Latif for taking multiple roles today. He was right at a meeting, started sharp on time, immaterial whether we have 10 or 20, but he was on the dot time. That's the true Sergeant at Arms. He did his job as a Sergeant of Arms very effectively. On the dot, I would like to add one small point here regarding that mention of what is prohibited. We need to modify those words, and we will talk about it in our meeting and rephrase it, okay? Because it is not prohibited as such, but we have to talk it the same thing in a little soft tone, mellow the tone, okay? So that is one thing we have to work on for our club. For a Sergeant at Arms, it was great as he introduced the presiding officer. That is the right word. Instead of saying president, presiding officer is the right word for the club meeting. It can be done by the club president or any officials who is present and who can take that responsibility at a time. Moving ahead, the Toastmaster of the day. Wow, what a mesmerizing person to take a charge of the hosting of a club meeting, immaterial how many people are present, and without showing any indication, oh, what I'm going to do with so many few people on the stage. No, those feeling was absolutely not visible on her face. That's the beauty of Toastmasters, and this particular person does not show that inclination towards any negative feelings. She's always positive. So that's the beauty of this person. When she comes on the stage, she's always positive. So congratulations to Toastmaster Sajia for that role. Well played with a wonderful word of the day as well as the theme of the day. Well chosen and right and apt for today's meeting. Moving ahead, our speech evaluators. Before speech evaluators, let me touch upon our Topics Master. Wow. Topic Master came up with those topics which are very much connected with the theme. Wow. And his control over that session was such that we were not able to move. And he kept us in a suspense what topic he's going to give. But the beauty was all the speakers were absolutely ready to take any subject, what he was to quote, without any fear. So that's another specialty of Bhavan's Toastmaster Club, that we come forward, we don't mind what the topic is. Let's face it, because that is where we practice our skills or impromptu speech. If you don't do that, we cannot develop that skill. Because right in front of your boss, if a question is asked, you cannot tell your boss, wait a minute, I'll go out, get the answer and come back to you. You have to answer it on the spot. So that is the thing we have to keep in mind when we are facing a table topics. You have to face it. And that is the only way how we practice it. Well done, Toastmaster Anish, for that wonderful session of table topics, and you involve everybody to participate. Wow, that's great. Moving ahead with the evaluators. Wow, we had 3 great speeches, wonderfully placed today with the different subjects, different rhythms, different topics. Wow. The evaluators have done a great job of doing the great evaluation, very apt, and it was constructive. I have to congratulate especially these 2 evaluators who were for the icebreakers, that in icebreaking evaluation, we don't mention what is the area of improvement. Rather, we congratulate them that they have come on the stage, delivered that speech as icebreaker. Well done. I have to congratulate for both the evaluators who have done the evaluation for the icebreakers. Now, overall, the speeching or all the organization of today's meeting was done in a fantastic way, although we did not have much time, but the members shown that interest to fill up the slots and not keep any gap anywhere. We did not have any last moment, and even if there's a gap, it was quickly filled. That's the beauty in Toastmasters, that we don't wait for it. We just fill up the gap and move ahead. Don't show that gap to anybody. So you just cover up. That's well done, leaders. That is how we work in Toastmasters Club. And in Bhavans, we have that great chemistry among all the club members. Thank you very much. And before handing over to our Toastmaster of the day, let me take this opportunity to congratulate all of you, the evaluators as well as the speakers, for the wonderful job done today. Over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Anil Kumar, for that amazing feedback session. And I'm proudly going to say that all of us, each and every one of us, is going to take a lot of insights with us tonight. Thank you so much, DTM Anil Kumar. So as we draw this inspiring meeting to a close, I leave you with this thought. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is let go. Not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing peace. And in that space of surrender, you'll find your wings. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let us continue to liberate our voices, our minds, and our potential. One speech at a time. With that, I hand over the control back to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Latif. Mike.
That's why we should be in physical meetings, right? No mute, unmute. Okay, so a meeting which started on time, and we have good 20 minutes to just reflect, evaluate, and figure out our amazing stuff. But before we end the whole meeting, I just need the best role players. So I will just float the voting for that, and I request each and everyone to participate. Yes. I'll just take 30 seconds for each and everyone to. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One vote is missing.
You have 6 people total.
Yes. So one is missing. I got 4 votes. I cannot vote, I know. 1 vote. Got it.
Ron?
Okay. Yes. So we have the winner now. Okay. Before we go through our awards and announcements, I just want to point out few things, which is already our general evaluator, our founding member, everyone over here knows distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumarji, how I will say effortlessly he comes up and without showing any grief, like, how I am only in the screen and what about the others who started this club. But each and every time when a speaker, a person with a charisma of distinguished Anil Kumarji Revankar's personality, I believe we always go through of learning it. And that is the only thing which I feel and have left in me is, or I have kept it in me, is that members first. Whatever happens, the member who has registered himself for this membership in club, it is his right to attend each and every meeting. But we as a leader will say no, we'll have less members. It's a simple no over his membership, which I don't want. So it's always a member first method, which I always follow. And I request each and everyone over here to accept my gratitude, my thankfulness, my deepest. It's really a thankful, because without you, I would have not entered at 315 in our next meeting. So this is the best part. We learn, we follow, and we progress. Our next meeting is on the 9th of August. And then it will be on the 23rd. But there is another meeting on 30th. Now, this 30th meeting was a brainstorm idea of me with distinguished Toastmaster Anil Kumarji Revankar, that we should install in our members about learning. So the fifth, any month where there is a fifth Saturday, we will try to utilize it for a training. So I will urge distinguished Toastmaster Minal, Toastmaster Imran, Anish, Shazia, to just come across with what is the thing you require for a training. And we will arrange, it will be an online training only, because if I have to look for a good caliber which can interact with each and everyone, maybe we have to go out of our district to get it in person, on Zoom, and that will help us. So I give you a freedom of 2 weeks until the 9th of August. Please let me know which topic we should install, or we should go with our first training. This is done. Now it's time for results. I will share my screen. So everyone can see my screen now? Right. So our best prepared speech goes to distinguished Toastmaster Minal. Her speech, I would just add one line. Your speech had a lot of humor, a lot of humor. I believe this kind of speech has a lot of value of winning it to the district. Yeah. Maybe, yes, but just a little slow down, because people were laughing. I know it was a Zoom. You cannot see us. You cannot hear us this laugh. But I believe you can see this 32 teeth. And it was there. Amazing speech. I really loved it. And I believe you should keep this as a contest speech. One of the thought. It's not, even the speech which you have given in a table topic is also, and that is what we say, until we met that person, he changed our life, I changed his life. So that was there in your speeches. Keep progressing and make us keep learning also, and we are learning a lot. A best evaluator, when there is someone like distinguished Toastmaster, who else can take it? So over to you. It's my honor to just introduce it. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Imran Nazir, amazing. This is the value, very impromptu speech. It not only gives your speech, your thoughts, but it always discovers something different in you. And today it was a good speech. Last but not the least, I believe, oh, sorry. The best role player, and it was Toastmaster Shazia. Oh, I misspelled it, but okay, Nazir, N-A-Z-I-R. I'm sorry, but I will correct it. I believe I can do it right away. So, amazing handling of the meeting. I've lost few of the words just because I am honored that you respected my voice of not leaving this meeting or not skipping this meeting. Thank you very much. If anyone would like to comment anything, please come forward. But next meeting, 9th of August, I will try to be in the school physically. I will try to get some guests so that we have good numbers also, I believe. Thank you. The meeting is adjourned, but over to you for